And of course, it's Judicial Watch, who's once again doing the heavy lifting on this. And I'm sure the media will mock this, but they don't care because, you know, they're not the ones getting bitten. Who cares about the Secret Service agents? They don't care about them. It's all about protecting the Biden political operation. And then there's the small stuff. Of course, if you're bitten by the dog, it ain't small, of the Biden White House misleading and withholding information about Biden's dogs biting. Judicial Watch had last year exposed how the White House had been lying about their dogs, specifically Major, basically biting everybody. I'm exaggerating for a little effect, but not really. I mean, he was out of control. He was biting Secret Service agents, staff, etc., and they were covering it up. And the agents were injured. The dogs had to be removed because they were so out of control. And the White House spokeswoman was asked about it, Jennifer Psaki, and she said, well, there was one bite, and it was an agent who startled the dog. But that wasn't what happened. The dog, the guy was standing in a room, and the dog walked into the room she was either being handled. Major was either being handled by the president, I think, or Jill Biden, and the dog just rocketed across the room and attacked the agent. Now, anyone who's a dog owner is sympathetic to being in a situation where your dog bites someone, but you don't lie about it. And you don't pretend it's not a big deal, especially if there are multiple bites going on. So long story short, they had to get rid of poor Major. I don't know where he is. I think they rehomed him. And they got another dog, Commander. Well, Judicial Watch got a tip. Commander is out of control too. So we asked the Secret Service for records. And according to, I guess we got the tip at the end of last year. So we did the FOIA in the end of December. And then on January 20th, this is what we asked for. Any records related to incidents of aggression and bites involving the Biden family dog, Commander, including communications between the Secret Service officials and the uniformed and non-uniformed divisions involved in the White House operations and the Presidential Protection Division. So, my understanding when they say uniformed and non-uniformed, the non-uniformed are the Secret Service agents you're used to seeing around the president, the big guys, the women who are standing there guarding the president. But the bulk of the Secret Service are the uniformed division, who are uniformed officers, law enforcement officers who provide protection, to the White House and its environs. Now, the Secret Service, interestingly, acknowledged receipt of our request on January 20th. They said they found responsive records, okay? So there are records that are responsive to our request to the incidents of aggression and bites. Okay, so think about how that reads. It means, yes, there were reports. And they said they're processing them. Well, guess what? We still haven't gotten the records. It's 2 months later almost. We still haven't gotten the records. So they're covering it up, and we've had to sue for it. So we've had essentially confirmation of our tip. The Commander's out of control, and they're covering it up. And when you look at the documents where the Secret Service agents are really angry and upset and nervous about the dog, at least Major, you don't want to be on the wrong end of a dog attack, ever. Even if the dog comes at you and there's nothing that happens, do you want to be around that dog the next day? I mean, these Secret Service agents have a tough enough job. They're willing to put their lives on the line, but they shouldn't be facing the prospect of dog bite injuries because the Biden family doesn't give a crap. That's what it comes down to. They don't care. Reportedly, Biden said he didn't believe the dog attack stories or something about, or the severity of it early on, for the other dog. I mean, he doesn't care about this, it's clear. I mean, it's his dog. I mean, let's get personal to Biden here. This isn't a Biden administration policy. This isn't the Department of Homeland Security or the Deep State or the FBI. This is Joe and Jill's dog that are biting White House, Secret Service agents, government officials, you name it, and they're covering it up. What sort of people do that? I'd like to know. And of course, it's Judicial Watch, who's once again doing the heavy lifting on this. And I'm sure the media will mock this, but they don't care because, you know, they're not the ones getting bitten. Who cares about the Secret Service agents? They don't care about them. It's all about protecting the Biden political operation. But Judicial Watch isn't going to be cowed. We're going to push back. We're going to get all of these records. We're going to expose, and as we already have previously, that the Biden family cares more about protecting whatever it is they want for their dogs than the safety and security of Secret Service agents that are putting their lives on the line for them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.